Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Kate. I like Kate. Kate, good evening. Mom Olaito Adoro, good evening, ma. Rich Jolly, Bam Bam Join, thank you. Shubi Ojeme, thank you, ma. Adebisi Dowu, bless you. Matthias Lincoln. Kate, good evening. Hello, how are you? Haven't heard from you in a while. Oh, my bishop is online. Bless you, sir. Anointed, powerful, iconic bishop, Tom Samson. God bless you, Daddy. I'm humbled. Ekrolesa, thank you very much for joining from, I don't know what part of the world you are now. God bless you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Oloribola, Ola Jesu, Nimoje Oluwadarasimi. Thanks, sis. How are you? How are you? Guess you're back. Bless you. Benedicta Halade Tobinem, thank you. Oyeyinka Okusoya Kalu, bless you. Chidoze Akara Wolu, bless you. We are just going to wait for about few minutes for other people to come on board. Thanks, Gates. Vincent, Ige, Guy, beg your pardon if I do not pronounce your name very well. Remy Hassan, good evening. How has been your day? Mine has been very, 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 very busy. Sister Ayo, Satu Mansari, thank you. It's been so busy with the opening of our new church coming up on Saturday by the grace of God in Doncaster. You can see my hands are really on deck. Very busy now. Bless you, man of God, Pastor Makibi. Bless you, sir. I'm humbled. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you very much, sir. Sister Karen Apuch. Bless you, sis. Good evening. Just 1 or 2 more minutes and we'll start. Once we clock 5 minutes, then we'll start. Others will join us. Good evening, my sister. Don't worry if you don't understand what they are saying, but at least the lyrics. It's a gospel song and it's the lyrics. And I know what they are doing is blessing God. So just dance. My daughter Yeti Abike Gold, bless you. Good evening. Father Yomi, Kayinde Olushefi, thank you. After this track, come on, dance. You know, there's so much joy when you are serving the Lord, when you are in His purpose and in His will, you know. Others look at us and they just think, what's intoxicating these people? The joy of the Lord, the Holy Spirit. When you are intoxicated, when you are filled with the Holy Spirit, you don't need wine or alcohol. Reverend Ronke, my latest reverend in town. Bless you, ma. Reverend Ronke, Onokoya, bless you, ma. Sister Mommy Dukwe, Sister Yemisi, bless you. Oto Jometown, God bless you. Dancing with you, thanks, Abike Gold. Wow. Mommy Remi Agro Fagbanila from America, thank you, ma. Bless you, ma. Tonight's topic is marriage as a purpose. Marriage as a purpose, as a journey. Marriage as a journey, actually. And then the purpose, the vision, and boundaries of every marriage. Marriage as a purpose. Number for the Wise Builders is 074 280 72162 074 280 72162. Pastor Mommy Susan or Monica Solomon. Bless you, ma. Can you see? Sometimes I don't want the music to go, but we got to let it go. Hallelujah. You know, if we keep going on with this music, we'll just all we'll do this night is I'm putting my Instagram live on. So, right. So, I think, beg your pardon. So, once we're on, okay, so good evening, everyone. Good evening, my fathers, mommies in the house. Olubukola, Adeni, Rotimi, Daddy, Pastor Jacob Utuyoye, Hinkibamdele. Yes, let's get cracking. Good evening, everyone. And I believe you're enjoying your and you've really had a very beautiful day. Mine has been very busy, and I know most of ours has been very busy. Nonetheless, we got to do what we have to do. So tonight's topic, please let's call in, especially our daddies and our mommies that's been in this journey of marriage. Some have been in marriage for 20-something years, 30-something years, 40-something years, and then they have a lot of experience to tell us. You know, tonight we are talking about marriage as a journey. And then in it, we are looking at the vision of the marriage, we are looking at the purpose of the marriage, and we are looking at the boundaries in the marriage. So you can call in on 074 280 72162. I feel, thanks, Karen Apuche. I feel you might join the Holy Ghost so intoxicating. Really, we bless God. Good evening, Pastor Mommy Solomon. You know, one thing I found out about our phone line is people are scared. I don't know. I don't know why. Nobody wants to start the call, but once the call start coming in, what I found out is then everyone is calling. So be the first to hit the number this night, 074 280 72162. Our matchmaking goes on, and I'm trying to work in a way that it's going to be very beneficial. A lot of people are on my neck. I got quite a few, and I'm not doing dating per se. What I do is the traditional matchmaking for Christians, just like in the olden days, whereby I vet. So because of that, it's not as fast. And what I do is, once you are impatient, I know that you are not the serious one anyways. So any good thing takes time and preparation. So if you waited till this long, you've not been married, you know, another 2-3 months or 6 months would not be an issue. So we're taking our time. Good news, you know, this is my pleasure when I see people calling me and sharing good news that there's love in the air, relationships developing, you know, joy, you know, that fulfillment whereby people are happy, no longer gloomy. You know, a lot of people, when you go out there, the amount of frustration in the air. Some people do carry on as if everything is okay, but God that created marriage knows that it's for companionship. So people get worked up and you know, kind of frustrated, if I may say. But now, less stress when people are speaking to me. I could see that they're so happy and things are working for them. A man said to me, I was speaking to the lady, and for 4 hours we're talking in the night. I said, continue to talk. Just continue to talk. At least I know you are talking to somebody, another person off my shoulder. So if you got those sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles out there, and you know that indeed they're not happy being alone, then let's get them connected and let's see them being happy. But definitely we have to bet them. I won't tell you I won't say it on here, the kind of betting I do, but be sure I am really betting them. And then we have to know those that are really standing, because one of the things we don't want is Christians being deceived, our children falling into wrong hands, because of pretension and distance and a couple of things. We are breaking those barriers and God will help us. So going back to tonight's topic, the Lord bless us. Marriage as a purpose. So for all of you that want matchmaking, traditional, vetted, and I'm here at your service, the Lord bless us. So this night we're talking about marriage as a journey. You and I, especially few of us that have been married, we know that this thing called marriage is a lifetime journey. When I'm counseling new couples or, people getting married, getting prepared for marriage in the preparation room, one of the things I say to them is, as we're going into this marriage, there's no plan B. You go a plan A, and the plan A is to see it through. So one gentleman said to me recently that after he's married, he told his wife, because of everything Pastor D told you is going on in your head, don't think I won't bring out my plan B. And when I was doing post-counseling for them recently, I said, you dare not have a plan B. We are sticking to the plan A. It's a life journey, lifetime journey of bliss, joy, happiness, and service to God. And once we have this, we know and we have a proper understanding of this journey and working it out. Give us a ring on 074-280-72162. And for few of us, like I said, that have been in this thing called marriage, in the course of the journey, it's just like anyone. For example, if you're traveling abroad on a journey, you have to prepare luggages, you have to plan. Marriage is not something. So I'm going to give a brief definition, not a streamlined one, a kind of broad one of what a journey is like, to bring to mind or back to focus what we're talking about when we are saying life as a journey. If you want to plan to go on a trip now, for example, I want to go to South Africa. The first thing is I have to think of the reason why I want to go to South Africa. Once I understand what I want to go and do in South Africa, that's the purpose. If it's holiday, it's a purpose. I want to go for relaxation, for sightseeing, for visiting. That's the purpose of my trip. You cannot embark on a journey without knowing the reason why you're going. If you embark on this thing called marriage without understanding why you are going, the marriage will fail. And that's why we see people just running out the moment there's some issues in the marriage and you're like, oh, I've had enough, because they do not have a purpose. Everyone is just getting married because Papa say I have to marry, Mama say I have to marry, my friends are getting married. So the moment you hit a rock along the way, you'll be married for the journey. So I want to go to South Africa and I want to go and see my sister-in-law. I've got a sister-in-law there. I'm getting ready. That is the purpose of my visit to South Africa, and I want to see my sister-in-law. Then, after my purpose, I have to visualize that vision. Once I get to South Africa, what am I going to do there? I want to go. That is the purpose. I have to see my sister-in-law. I haven't seen her for a while. Then the second aspect is now the vision. Once I get to South Africa, I'm determined and purposed to go to South Africa. I purposed in my mind to go to South Africa. But once I get to South Africa, what are the things I'll be doing in South Africa? Am I going to be rubbing her back, playing with her baby, planning things for her, helping her? What is the vision that I have for this South Africa? So in the like manner, let's adapt this to what we are talking about, marriage. For any one of us going into marriage, it's a life journey, just like you're going on a trip. Whilst you want to go, there's the arrangement aspect of it. I acknowledge everyone, Sister Dollar, Fagbemi, Anibire, Motora Shaw, Tolu Fabio Shaw. I can't pronounce this other name. Okima, Irene, bless you, everyone. Nigeria, Samuel, Jerry, bless you all. I may not be able to acknowledge everyone now, but I'll take a break, acknowledge few people I can remember their names if you're still on screen. If not, after the show, please give me a thumbs up. Sometimes some people say, I'm with you on the program. Once I'm talking, I can't keep track of all the names streaming in, but give me a thumbs up or say I'll know you're there. It's been kind of very busy lately running a project. We're trying to open the new church, so I've got my hands on a lot of things. So if I don't get back to your comments easily, it's no disrespect. It's just that I've been busy. I'm really sorry. So let's bring this to mind that, okay, I want to go on a journey. This will help our children. And for us parents, we should be able to sit these children down, or our friends and family, to talk to them about this thing. Once we know that it's a life journey, my Pastor Solomon Akepo, bless you, sir. I'm blessed. Now I've got a lot of men of God, covering my back. The Lord bless you, sir. God bless you, sir. I'm a sports pastor. I've got them all there. Thank you, sir. God bless you, my pastor. So when you're packing your baggage and getting ready to go on a trip, you've been born to a family and you've lived. Some of us are spoiled by our parents. Some of us do not even have a clue of what we are doing. But we have aged suddenly 20-something. Our friends are getting married. We are getting married. Pressure from father and mother. And they say we have to get married. Then pronto, we are ready to go. So we have to understand that this is a journey of no returning back home. Not that you're going to die, but it's a journey of I'm leaving home now and I'm embarking on this journey with this man or this woman for the rest of my life till death do us part. So it's not a journey that you change your mind along the way. The difference between this journey and the secular one that I was talking about, the physical that you're going there is, I can get to South Africa and say, okay, along the way, I'm tired. I don't even want to see my sister-in-law again. I'm coming back home and you do a U-turn and come back home. But this journey, I just gave you that scenario so that you know all the things involved. Then I'm talking about the preparation aspect now. You see, in the course of the journey, you have to prepare. Our parents need to sit us down, advise us, and from early age, it's good to start speaking to these children, prepare them, what they call prep them enough to let them know, have a good understanding of what marriage is all about. Some of them have a messed up idea of what a marriage is about because parents' marriage is shambles. So they themselves, they are not even looking forward to it. But what we are trying to say is this purpose and this journey and the vision is achievable once we set out very, very well. So tonight, like for you coming and joining, we're talking about life, marriage as a journey. And in the journey, we're talking of the purpose, the vision, and the boundaries. I'm coming to those three. I've not really touched. I'm just giving a total. I'm just giving a kind of generic definition of what, in my own terms, I'm not using anybody's definition, and I'm just trying to explain to us, And during the course of preparing for a journey, you pack your bags, you pay for your tickets. Mental preparation is there. Do I really want to go? Am I mature to go on this flight alone by myself? All those things. And once you know that, okay, I'm ready to go for this, then you purchase the flight. And that is when, once you purchase the flight, that is the marriage ceremony, you put everything. So it's not the wedding that we're talking about, but the marriage ceremony itself. The act of you making your mind and your parents are sending you out through either the church or the registry, if you're married, getting married under the act or whatever traditional one, whereby the exchange of marital blessing is said and both of you are starting your journey. So once we know that this journey is a life journey, it's a life journey that we cannot come back. We cannot come back home. We cannot come back to mama. We cannot, there was a lady I was speaking to lately and she said something. And my mom said to me that once I marry, if your husband dare raise his hand on you, I'm coming to pack your load out of the house if he slaps you at all. And she said that to me and I'm like, wow, your mom said that. It's completely wrong for anyone, any man, to beat his wife or any woman, vice versa, but what a mother is, children, sometimes we look for every flimsy excuse to run out of difficulties, especially for some of us that have been married for years, and
The first few years of marriage, in fact, first 10 years of marriage, it's first 5 years is teething period, is the turbulence part. Once you can endure the next 5 minutes, you start finding your feet still start getting stabilizing, you start understanding yourself. Once you cross over, you become like brothers and sisters. And I thank God for our fathers and mothers that have been in the house. There's nothing they do to themselves again that matters, because they've got that understanding that this journey we're in there for together for life. So once we are talking about this journey, we prepare, we put our life. I say to people, you're going on a journey to South Africa, for example, and you go to see British Airways, and you sit down and you have the courage to put your trust in the pilot. One white man just saying, fasten your seat belt, we're going on doing so 2277, we're flying at this kilometer, blah 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 blah, and then we are reaching South Africa, and so that you have that confidence in this pilot that is going to land safely. Same thing, you have to have confidence in yourself. You don't know, it might turn around and eat your head, God forbid, on the rock, or turn around and say, we are not going on this flight. But, we see most of us just say our prayers, we say our prayers and we relax. We take out a book and we cruise control that, okay, God, I'm in your hand. Same is the journey of a marriage. It's something that we have to put our faith in the hand of God. Like I always say, marriage is like a Christmas present. It's all wrapped up. You don't know what's inside of it. Try and study yourself at least 60-70%. The moment you get into this marriage, whatever package you see there, God help you, you unwrap it, and you continue to enjoy. My mommy, Omotola Yabodi, Ologunja, bless you, man. I really appreciate. God bless you. So let's now talk about, so this is a journey of no returning back home. Yeah, we have exceptions to the rule, which I've treated before, in case of domestic violence, in case of deceit, deception, all those little things nowadays, that are kind of new, that the Bible did not cover, but are exception. Adultery, if it's unrepentant adultery, I've treated all these things. You can't, because of your husband cheated on you one time. This is what I've treated this. I don't want to talk about it, and it really pains me when I hear couple just you catch your husband one time and you pack your bag, you want to go yourself. Where's forgiveness? You should be able to work with him, try and resolve things. But if it becomes an unrepentant one and he's done it again, then you know that this man is unrepentant and it's not an image of God, then you can leave. But so going back to this journey of marriage, please give us a ring in case you dissent or you disagree or whatever. 074-280-72162. And that's our number. Drop your comment. Good evening, Ronke. Olaiwola Ronke. Olagiwa, bless you, my dear sister. Thank you. Sister Ayo, welcome to you, ma. So God bless you, ma. So you want everybody to know that I traveled. God bless you. Welcome. Where are you welcoming to? It is well with you. I'll catch you after the program. The Lord bless you. So as we're talking about this marriage as a journey, once we understand that it is a journey, then we don't turn around. I just said it, you put your trust in the pilot, you take off, and then you're ready to see to meet your vision and your purpose of that journey where you get to South Africa. South Africa is our example this night of a journey, just for you packing your bag, getting ready to go on a trip. Same thing we're experiencing in a marriage. You leave home, father and mother there, you know that they are there. There's always your home to visit, but not to pack back to. And it's so funny where parents reassures their children, like I was saying about that woman, reassures your child that you are coming to pack a bag. If things doesn't work out, you have already ruined that marriage. Because I always say things, you see, there are some things that happen in life that you don't plan, but because you've already preempted, immediately it happens, that child is going to jump for it. She's going to look for, thanks for Melody Fabric, for Melody Shala. Thank you, my darling sister. That's my immediate sister. The Lord bless you. It's good when you have your family supporting you in the program. I really appreciate everyone that is there out there to support me. So I just I'm using a scripture that I want us to read this night. That's Philippians 1:6. Which says, being confident of this thing, that the Lord has started this good work, we accomplish it. You see, one thing we have to understand is a lot of people that ask that question, what if, yes, it's like what if, it's like you waking up and you're going to work. There are a lot of what if. Without the Lord building his house, laborers labor in vain. You know, everything about life is in the hand of God. So once you set out on this journey, you can't see the picture of what is going to be there in 10 years or 20 years or 30 years. But as you're faithful, as you're committed to God, as you're putting all your all, you know, and determined and faith in God. And that's why I'm using that scripture, Philippians 1:6, they say, being confident, you should be confident that God has started this journey with you. Because I've had people saying to me, how am I sure? You know, and nowadays I pity upcoming generation. Because of everything that's going on, they've messed up the marriage before going in it. They've already decided that this marriage is not good. Bless you, Sister Minister Folashade, bless you, my leader. You know, so most of them have already decided in their hearts that that's why people are not seeing things through. Bless you, man. Bless you, man. So we have to understand that it's a life journey. I'm stressing so much on this journey, and I've used an hypothesis of you going to South Africa or go to Nigeria or Gambia and packing your luggage, getting your ticket ready. This is the preparatory, as a, you know, psyching yourself. My friend is getting married, people are married, but that excitement that, oh, I'm going to a new thing, I want to do something, I'm putting my effort, and this thing has to work. Nobody wants to pay tickets or buy a ticket and you get to Heathrow Airport or any airport and they say to you, oh, flight is cancelled. You won't like it. We get depressed. You know, no matter how some of us say, I don't mind, if it works, your depression. I've been through marital issues, so I know nobody goes into marriage and plans to come out of it, you know, in a bad way. We all want to see it through, but there's some situation in life that I know it's out of people's hands, that things goes really, really bad. So let's move on to the next one. But the most important thing is, let's speak to all our children. Let's speak to our friends and families. Let's say to people, especially going into marriages and those in there, that this thing, there's no plan B. It's a plan A of being confident that God that started this work and this journey with you, we see it through. So that's in your mind. If you're airborne, as we're talking about the journey that we see, immediately you check your thing. If they tell you are not going again, most of us will say, hey, I will go. Hey, I will not go. Okay, it's like that. They're telling you missing your flight because your whole life you put your investment, you put your luggage, you put everything in it. Same thing. We should be so focused. We should be so positive about our marriages and know that even when they tell you are not going, you say, Memike, we are going. Oh, well, yes, pilot. Oh, you have to carry us on this flight. Oh, you know. It's not as if our life depended on it, but because we've set out and no man puts his hand on the plow that looks back is worthy. You cannot continue to be turning around in things you're doing. Anything, once you determine to go into a marriage, you follow it through. So that's the preparation. Even in the course of it, the hairline or whatever aircraft start going into rough weather and things are bumpy, we still fasten our seatbelt. They tell you fasten your seatbelt. So in a marriage, you have to fasten your seatbelt. In Yoruba language, they tell you, you know, Oja is, I don't know, all of you English scholars, teach me what Oja. Please help me to put it there. Is, you know, traditionally, there's this cloth that you use to carry your children, so you tie it. I don't know what Oja is, so or Igbo people write it down. I don't know Oja. So, but what I'm trying to say is, I want to know tonight whether some people understand English like me or not. Like me, I don't understand English. I did not go to school. So if you understand what Oja is, tell us what Oja is. So that what I'm trying to say is, you fasten your seatbelt very, very well. There's bump, there's they tell you that you're going to rough weather, things are happening. You put your trust back in God, being confident that He that started this journey, we accomplish it. So it is true that some of us start saying, that's when you know people that are really Christian. Some people will say Shokmano, some people will say Ogo, some people will say yes. Everybody will start calling their secret God. Because at that time, it looks like life is. So same thing, bless you, my aunt Olanike Omoga, the only Omoga Haja, bless you, man. Show that bear presenter. Bless you, man. So, you know, once you fasten your seatbelt, you are ready for the journey. Even if the pilot and things, is so rough in the journey as you're going to your destination, you know that you are confident that this, because what is lacking for most of us is that confidence that we'll finish well. That is it. Because if you have confidence that somebody started this journey with you, and that is Christ, being confident that baby sling, I told you that, bless you. I know that's my daughter. See, I'm training her. She's training to be a nurse now. Yesterday, Abike go, my money is not wasted on your uni. God bless you. Gold baby. She said baby sling. Oja in Yoruba. God bless you, sis. Oja means baby sling. Pastor Oja, baby sling. I know before you told me, myself, me and fast, I quickly grabbed that we're talking of baby sling. So marriage, on the journey, you have to fasten your baby sling. So I will not be saying Oja. My daughter doesn't want people to be laughing at her pastor that she's calling Oja or I didn't go to school. So fasten your baby sling as you're going. You know that in it, you are confident that God will finish with you. So if your husband is misbehaving, you fasten your seatbelt. Children misbehaving, fasten your seatbelt. No finances, fasten your seatbelt. Issues, fasten your seatbelt. Pray through your marriage. Don't give up. I've said to people, don't give up easily. There's some marriages, like I said, that like we're treated earlier on, marriages made in hell. Oja is clothing material to secure your baby while resting on your back. Thank you, ma. That's my Aunt Americana, I trust. She's giving us the definition of Oja. Me and Bush, baby sling cloths that you use to secure your baby. So your marriage is a baby. It's your baby and you have to secure it. You have to secure it, tighten your seatbelt. You know that you have come to this journey to sit down and nobody can unseat you in that journey. So once you know that you're confident and you start preparing, you prepare, you plan. So once you do this, and with that scripture, that you keep going, that God, you see me to completion. I will not fail. I will not turn back. Even if they say this flight is, if your man says this flight is not going, you say this flight will go. We have started on this journey. We will land us at our destination. So going into that, let's talk about the purpose, the vision. I've kind of mentioned it, but I just gave us a broad definition of what journey is and what to expect. It's not all journey that's smooth. Especially few of us that have traveled abroad. Even if you have not traveled abroad, you've traveled in a motorcycle. You see people that will hit you. You have in a car. No journey in life is easy. From car to Okada to this girl is Bush. Okada is bike. You say I'm a Nigerian bike. You know that all these transport systems are very rocky and they bumpy. But in it all, you will arrive at your destination once you are confident that God has started with you. So don't start thinking, I'm not sure. How can you be sure? You are not God. How can you be sure what will happen in 20 years' time? It's not for you to start figuring well. But one thing that you should be confident that God that started with you will see you through. But you can't see the picture. He has the picture. He will just stage by stage, step by step, as we're going along line, then he will take us there. So we'll talk about the vision. I have an issue with a lot of people that I'm counting on is the reason why you're embarking on this journey. Marriage, the purpose is to fulfill God's mandate for man. That's the purpose. The purpose of a marriage is not all my friends are taking a Shobi, all my friends are getting married. No. The purpose of the marriage is Genesis 2:18, which says, it is not good for a man to be alone. God says he will create for you a helpmate, somebody that will help you along the journey of your life. A man that will be assisted, a woman that will be assisted, and both of you, a help that's suitable for you. So for your own need, my peculiar need is different from your peculiar need. So God is going to create somebody that meets your own peculiar need. That is why he is God. It's not good. Don't deceive yourself. It's not good for you to be alone. God has not created human being to immediately created Adam. He just realized that this man is not complete. There's something wrong with this man. This man can't function. Adam started talking with all animals. Before, if God has not created a woman, the man will turn into goat or he will turn into cow, because very soon, The only language you start speaking is meh, 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 meh. You know, and God realized that, and He quickly created. So that is the purpose of any Deji Michael, bless you. That's the purpose of the couple of people online. God bless you. Good evening to everyone. So that's the purpose of any marriage. So you have to have a clear definition that why do I want to marry? Okay, it's an ordination of God. Apart from that, do I need it? Have I started feeling lonely? Have I got to a stage in my life that my parental needs is no longer enough? You know, when you get to a stage after 1821, you start seeing that you have a kind of need, not sexual urge. I'm not talking about all this sexual perverted, no. But you have some kind of needs that there's some things you don't want to discuss with your parents. You feel you're mature enough. You want to take your own life into your hand. You want to make decisions about the future. Not that you will not speak to your parents about it, but you understand? So these are the needs. Am I ready for it? Am I ready to share? And let me tell you something. Marriage is all about sharing. If you're not ready to share, don't go into marriage. You share your body, you share your money, you share your life, you share your everything. When you're married, it's not about you again. It's about two people. So that's the purpose of it. Then procreation is another thing. Companionship, procreation. Those are the things for marriage. So once you get to that stage, you have a clear purpose that, okay, I want to go into this marriage because God has said it is necessary. But if you don't want to marry, nobody can force you to. It's a choice. God says it's not good. If you think you can cope with your loneliness, it's all right. But He said, I will look for and I'll make for you somebody suitable for your needs. So once you get to that stage of purposeness and you said, okay, I need to, then that is the purpose of every marriage. So you say to mommy and daddy, that's when you start preparing. You start looking start praying. And I've said to parents, please, as many parents online, start praying for your future children's spouses. Don't leave it until they are 17 and 18. As you are training your children, maybe I'm going to teach on that one of these days. As you're training your children, bringing them up in the way of the Lord, you don't want a Jezebel or a nuisance to marry them. You want somebody that's being trained, that's not wayward. So as you're start calling forth the name of that child and the spouse to be in future, to be nurtured of the Lord, to be taught of the Lord, to not be a rebellious child, to not be a child that will be that will kick against the in-law, So that's for another day. So that's purpose. Once you know and you understand that purpose, then we move on to now the vision. I have, okay, Karina, marriage is a responsibility in a better way, though. That's true. Prince Ilara, Jacob, bless you. My brother Ifetin, Ebenezer, Igba, Lojobi, Usman, Okochi, Ahmed, Adetunji, Deji Michael, Bello, Hakim, Prince, Ademola, Hola, Dimeji, Bello, Hakim. Okay, listen, let's go on. So as we are talking about these things, then we go next to what the vision is. You have a purpose for going to this marriage. The problem now is a lot of people do not have vision. I was speaking to somebody and I prayed God give me the grace to teach on vision of a marriage. As in, the vision, I was saying to the man, the vision, for example, I'll use myself as an example. My vision when I was getting married some years ago, 15 years ago, is different from the vision I have now. So should I decide to marry tomorrow, the man I am going to marry must have to align with my vision. Because there are some people saying that, in marriage, you can't have 2 visions. You can have 10 visions. But that's not for this man. Somebody's been following their vision. You've been following your vision. You can't marry and say they should crash their vision because of you. But when you are going as a mommy and daddy's 18, teenager, 20, wherever, it's possible for you to have just one vision. And even nowadays, you have as many visions as possible, once there's understanding. So let's talk about the vision. The vision is what to be achieved during the course of the journey. This is a journey, like remember, then we have to talk about what is going to be achieved. I said it earlier on, the vision, if I want to go to South Africa, I go and see Tandy. I love her. She's my sister-in-law. I want to go and see her in South Africa. That's the purpose. And I'll arrange my bag. I do shopping. That's all the preparation. That's the purpose of my trip, and I'm getting excited because I'm going to see Tandy and my little niece and naughty niece, and I want to go. That's the purpose. But what's the vision of that trip? When I get to South Africa, what am I going to do? Same thing. Most people go into marriages with a purpose and lacking a vision. So the vision is what to be achieved. Remember, the Bible says, my people perish for lack of vision. You have to have a purpose and a vision. God's intent for us, to have a vision. So once you come together, your vision, some people's vision is just to be having babies. Congratulations. God will help you when you have 10, 20 children. Maybe you sell them when you get to Lloyd's Bank and use them to bring money. That can be a vision. It's a vision. Some people want to sell their children. I was speaking to a young lady recently and I was counseling and I said, how many children? She said, my parent has 9 children. I thought, wow. They tried, 9 children. And then they I don't want to say the condition of that family now. So, but going back to our topic, what is our career? What do we want to achieve? My coming together with A and B, what do I plan to achieve? What career am I bringing into this marriage? What is our career? What is the vision? And I say to people, every marriage you should have a vision. Start with a year vision, and then later 5 years vision, then later 10 years vision. One thing I found out is people that do not have a written goal or vision end up out of the marriage. Once both of you have a vision, you get so focused and you're working on that vision that you do not know where you are 10 years because you have a driving force. And that is the vision. The vision of any marriage or any man's life is a driving force. Both of you working towards a direction. It could be 2 visions, like I said, it could be 3 visions. If I'm a doctor and you're a lawyer, there's no way we can have the same vision. My own vision, your own vision is defending people. Mine is to be jacking them injection. But I have to know this is my career. So we are bringing 2 careers to the table. This is what we want to be a turnaround. This is what we want to achieve in a year. We want to build our home. We're earning 10K. We want to save 2K. And then we want to use 8K. And then in 5 years, we want to buy our home. I remember there was a time in UK, my early years, and things were so patchy and rough. And there was this lady that we were like sisters in church. She got married, I got married. And I said to her at some point, I needed money badly. And I asked her, I think I just had my first child. And I said, oh, could you loan me some money? I needed money because she told me herself that she was saving. And I said, oh, could you loan me some money and everything? He told me, I'm sorry, I have money, like I told you, because initially I thought she was lying. She said, I have about 10K, I'm saving it, but unfortunately, I cannot loan you any amount because it's a decision, it's our vision that next year we are buying our own home. That was the first time I was confronted with such a thing. I was like, oh, is she no rude? She's so selfish and she knew I needed money. No, it's later that I found that she's focused. So once you're focused on your vision, you achieve it. So every marriage must have a vision, a driving force. We want to build a home. We want to build a career. We want to train our children. We want to give them the best. We want to be at 20. Remember, Philippians 1:6, that being confident that the Lord has started this good work, we accomplish it. So we don't have a doubt about God that we serve. He's going to accomplish this vision. But the issue is, have you sat down? If you have not, it's years. We'll be married for that. Like, what is our vision? Thank you, ma. Bless you. Vision and prioritizing your vision. Bless you, ma. You have to. One thing I found that I don't want to have a go at men this time because last week I got some feedback that I'm having a go at men. I know I'm not. But truth be said, we have to say it the way it is. When men are mocking about, I say. When women are mocking about, I say. So vision. Men want women to kind of relinquish the vision for them. It's not on. Because she's got a vision, her parents brought her up, trained her, maybe to be a nurse. They spent money on her. That's her vision to, so what you have to say, okay, darling, we're coming together now. You're nursing. Do you want to practice nursing for 10 years or 5 years? Or and she says, oh, it's my dream to have a hospital. You pin it down. Okay, you are engineer. What's your vision? I want to work for 5 years, 10 years, and after that, I want to go into property management. Write it down. That's why Habakkuk says the vision is for an appointed time. Though it tarry, he said it will not tarry. Wait for it, for yet it will speak. So you have to, this vision is not for today, it's for the future. But you have to write it down, both of you, to say, this is what is happening. Then you write it down. Okay, in 5 years' time, yeah, you could get to 5 years and it's not visible. You push it ahead again. You do another 7 years one. You have to review it. And even as you're growing up, you find out that some things do happen that you drop those vision, and say, okay, you see, this vision is not working, or we're realizing we're wasting a lot of money on this vision. Can we adopt? It's all about the agreement. So you have to put vision in focus. And I believe so much that if you and I put our vision in focus, then we'll stop fighting each other. We will be so focused on this marriage to work, because once the marriage works, the vision is successful. But once we just have purpose for the marriage, is to have children, is to be married, is to procreate. Do you understand? Everybody is getting married. The Bible says we should all get married. We are getting married. It's not good for a man to be outside. Just jack A and B together. We bless ourselves and we are getting married. And we're married. What is the vision of your marriage? Once there's no vision in your marriage, the marriage will dry up. You start finding fault with each other. One person, people start clamoring, people start getting dodgy lies, manipulation start coming in because there's no clear vision. Speaking with a gentleman a few weeks ago, he was saying things about, his parents studied abroad, and at some point, when it was time for the man to go back home, he called the mom to say, let's go back home. And the woman heeded. And that when the woman was delaying, the man said, listen, if you don't change your mind or tidy up what you're doing, come back home with me. I'm going to marry another wife. So I said to him, yes, it's workable. Vision should be spelled out from the start. So when I advised them, I said, yeah, obviously, when they all came to study. I married back home, they came to study. So they have a vision that, okay, we're going to UK, study, stay there, have children for 5 years, 7 years, we're going back home. That's our vision. So it's difficult now. There are some women they call adekodere. What do you call it? Please remind me. Women or some men, you bring them, they have a vision, and that's one problem about vision. If you're not focused on your vision, you just go and you see some other people. You see some people. I've seen people that you see your friend selling ogi pap. You want to sell pap. Tomorrow they say, hey, everybody is security. You just want to know vision. You cannot afford that. So I said to people, but the danger in vision, and when I was speaking to this gentleman, I said, listen, women are very kind of sensitive. And like I've said it severally, women are emotional beings. Let a woman know the vision that you have. And for the sake of every one of us that's just getting married or you have not addressed your vision, sit down home with your wives. I said to him, if it's not in our vision that we are going home in 5 years' time, our men, like I said, I'm not having a go. Men can just wake up and say, darling, it's no longer working. I'm going back home tomorrow. Yeah, it's easy for a woman that is a housewife that's not doing anything. But if you have a purposeful and a woman full of vision and that's got established vision, it's difficult. I don't want to go into submission again, because I dealt with that last week. So this is when our African men or African women start having issues whereby we say, oh, she's not listening. I'm tired of UK. I've seen men that just say, I'm tired of America. I want to go back home. Listen, you can't just wake up. Is it your vision? You see where lack of vision messes people. That's why the Bible says, my people perish for lack of vision. You're going to perish. The marriage will perish if there's no established vision. This is where we are going. 20 years' time, we will be in UK. Once our children graduate, they will retire back home. It will be a stupid woman that will revolt. Because she knows all she can say after 20 years is, darling, give me another year or two, let me round up. Okay, I can, or maybe you say, okay, let's finish 15 years and say, okay, try and compromise. But what this man was saying is, I'm tired of UK. I want to go home. Yeah, we met here. Both of them met in UK. They got married. I'm tired of UK. I'm frustrated. I just want to go home. And then there's divorce now. And what are we talking about? We're not saying the woman is not submissive. It's not an issue, because submissiveness is not an issue, because there's no clear vision. She did not understand that she's going to go back home in 10 years. Maybe she's gone to uni, or she's she's updated herself. She feels she's doing something in the community. Maybe she's, a lot of things that women, it could be vice versa. It doesn't have to be women. But I'm just saying that because men are the head of the home, so they make the overall decision. And women, we are follow. We should just follow them, submit to the authority. But let's not abuse that. I talked about that last week. So once there are clear vision and purpose, we don't have, the journey becomes smooth. Remember, what we're talking about is marriage as a journey. This journey has to be enjoyed. In the journey, we repackage our bag. In the journey, there's bombs. In the journey, we have to put our baby thing that they just told me, Oja. I'm going to acknowledge people. Dupe Oluwason, Stadupe, bless you. Emeka Harry, Adeosho Ayodeji, Rick Frank, Hannah, Deborah Olotu, Lushoga Assis, hi. Dakota, Del, Nori, Martin, Omoni Yatilola, bless you. I can see you waving. So this journey, we have to follow it through. There's no going back in this journey. Once we understand, Jeremiah 29:11 says, for I know the plans I have for you. That's God. The plans of good and not of evil, to give you a hope and a future. Some instances say to take you to an expected end. Remember these two things. And remember Philippians 1:6 that says, being confident that God has started this work, will accomplish it, will end it well for us. So this journey, now I'll go on to the boundaries. Remember, marriage as a journey. We are working on this journey. Put our baby sling, sit down like the women and say, I'm not going nowhere. No plan B. Man, too, say this thing has to work. But be purposeful. Purpose is very, very essential. The reason why you go into this has to be established. Sit down with her and say, this is the reason, this is our purpose for this marriage. And in the purpose is when you're talking about the amount of children you're going to have, where you want to live, blah, 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 blah. Then vision is what has to be achieved in it. Career, the children have to go to university. We have to give them good education. We have to pray for our children. We have to ensure that they marry well. We have to take care of our in-laws, in-laws. We have to update ourselves. We have to go to school. Make sure, these are the things that are the vision of the marriage, and they are achievable, attainable once we focus. Finally, I'm going into the boundaries. Every one of us, including children, nobody likes boundaries. That's one thing I have found out lately. None of us adults want boundaries. But if things has to work, there has to be boundaries. Whether you like it or not, once we talk about the purpose, vision, then the boundaries is, where are we stopping? This is your role. This is my role. In the vision, in the purpose, this is what you are supposed to do. This is what I'm supposed to do. Those are the boundaries. You have to put boundaries. If you don't put boundaries, boundaries are like checks and balances. Everyone knows their right. It's not about we're trying to say this is Mr. Right or this is Mrs. Wrong, but everyone knows your remit. You know where your power ends. The man is the head, overall head. You're a support network. You have to prayerfully, women, support him, submit to his authority. That is, if he's leading well. We've dealt with that several times. I'm not going into that. But our boundaries is, okay, our children has to, and that we use one mouth to train our children. Women, we don't like that thing. I remember in those days when my husband is talking and, he's himself and the children, and, and I'll be putting my mouth and he'll be screaming at the children. And he will say to me, when I'm speaking to my child, you dare not say, well, I don't like it, But I know that I cannot afford to have two mouths. I remember there was a time I just said, can you stay out of it? But that is it, it's the head. Whatever he says is the head. So, those are the boundaries. You have to know your boundaries. You have to know that is the overall decision maker. You have to know that, okay, this is what we are doing. This is where we have to go. This is where we are not allowed to go. This is the feat we have to achieve. This is what we are not achieving. You cannot suddenly look and your friend is building a skyscraper and you know your husband's limitation and you start giving him pressure. You know that your husband is a salary earner, his husband has this kind of buoyant, boundaries. Keep your home boundaries. Keep your home limitation to your home. Those are the boundaries of the journey. You're on a journey. For your journey to be successful, remember, like I say, if you're trained and, for example, I'm going to South Africa, if I'm planning to go to South Africa, my boundaries is I'm staying in my sister-in-law's house. If I don't have money for a 5-star hotel, I'll stay with her and I'll be happy. That's my boundary. That's my boundary. You have to understand that I'm on a journey with somebody and she's different. Thank you, my pastor, Pastor Titus Abe. Bless you, sir. More anointing to you too, sir. You have to understand that this journey, the boundary is the person that marry is different. Some people, the way their husband talks, shout at them. Some people, the man talks, the man is a gentleman. If you marry somebody that's not well cultured, you have to take time to really help him to really understand things. I'm not saying that your husband is gorilla. I'm just saying that it could be a woman as well. But what I'm trying to say, your limitations in your home are your own boundaries. You can work together to overcome those boundaries, but every marriage has its boundaries. Some marriage, they are looking for the fruit of the womb. That's still their boundary. It's through prayer that they will pray to the Lord. The Lord will bless them. Some is financial boundary that they've got. Bless you, Mommy Radiant B. Bless you, ma. Some is financial boundaries they've got. Some is a fixed physical need. Like I was speaking to a gentleman that is dyslexic, and the wife is so educated, and she's abusing him because of that. She's trying to compare him to other men. Such a woman is a failure because you don't understand your boundary. Your marriage has its own boundary. Your husband is not educated, but he's a very likable person. He's a very knowledgeable person. He's even wiser than somebody that's gone to school. What's his limitation? So you have to be able to manage your own boundaries, know your boundaries, know how things work in your own home, and stop comparing it. Once we understand these three things, the purpose, the vision, and the boundary. In some home, is the woman that's the breadwinner. I don't care who brings money home. The most important thing, the marriage, the journey has to end well. And in some men, it's the man that's bringing home. We don't want to know what happened in your home. Just make sure you have a purpose, you have a vision, and you understand your boundaries very, very well. Your limitations, God will take you above it with consistency, with prayer, that the purpose will be achieved. So that is it this night. So we've talked about a marriage as a journey, that we have to get to our destination, whether we like it or not. Being confident, Philippians 1:6, that God has started on this journey with you. Mother in Israel, Harmony, Emmanuel, bless you, man. Good to see you online. Being confident that God has started this journey with you will see you through. And that's the thought of God for you, to take you to an expected end. So you understand this, that you're on a journey of no return, not death. It's obviously to death to you part. So you have to be consistent with that man or the woman. You have to have clear purpose for going into it. For those of you joining, I can't recap or say everything again. Try and start watching the video. The good thing is it's there for you to watch so that you understand. In case you don't have a clear vision, have a vision. Just don't turn around in 5 years' time and say, let's go to Nigeria. You didn't discuss with me. We are to be submissive, but we are loving with our head, our heart. We are not loving with our head. My head is correct. I know what I'm doing. Thanks, Mama. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you. We know what we are doing. So you can't just tell me. You have to spell your vision, and I have to say my vision. So in case you don't have a clear vision, now go home, sit with your husband, identify the purpose, the vision of your journey, identify your boundaries, think of how to overcome these boundaries, and start working towards it. Remember that, be confident that the Lord has started this journey will finish it well. Definitely, you're going to end well. And I pray with you, and I pray for you this night that you should be confident. In case you are going through issues in your home, be confident that the Lord has started this journey with you will make sure that it ends well. For it's not towards us are good and not evil, to give us a hope and a future, to take us on expected end. Really want to appreciate everyone. Those on Instagram, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Everyone on Facebook, with this Facebook, I know the names of some that don't know your name, or my friend. I just everyone, I wish you thank you for all the stars and the love. I love you all with the love of Christ, and I really appreciate us. Let's keep building wisely. Please help me to share this video. Put your comments there. It's good for everyone. Let's build wisely. I'm going to see you by the grace of God. I'm very assured and certain about that, by his grace, except the Lord comes before next Wednesday. But if the Lord tarries, by his grace, for his thoughts towards us are good and not of evil, to give us a hope and a future. And we are confident that he that started this good work will accomplish it. So until next Wednesday, 8:30 p.m., that come back your way. Keep building wisely. Let the love of God be spread on your heart. If you're around Doncaster area, I'm just going to invite you. This on the 23rd, we are doing our grand opening inauguration of our new church chapter in Doncaster. We're starting 1 to 5. I'll share the flyer again. Please pop in. Let's dance, rejoice at the good thing, and come and see what the Lord is doing in our midst. He's doing marvelous. He's doing a great thing. And I'm very confident that he that started it will finish well. Thank you very much. Have a good night to all my mommies and daddies online. I really appreciate. To my friends and family, I say thank you. God bless you. Until next Wednesday, I love you all. Bless you.